Cheating rarely comes out of nowhere. People like to imagine there's always one dramatic reason, like boredom or a lack of love. But human psychology is way more complicated than that. The thing is, behind every betrayal, there are hidden factors quietly working in the background, shaping choices long before the first line gets crossed. The tricky part is, most of these factors aren't obvious until you zoom out. So, to really understand why people cheat, you need to look beneath the surface. Here are 4 hidden psychological reasons that quietly make people step outside their relationship. Number 1. They already consider it an option. Cheating doesn't always begin with deep dissatisfaction. Sometimes it starts with a simple mental shift. A person allows cheating to sit in their list of possible options. And once that door is cracked open, even slightly, the likelihood of stepping through skyrockets. Think of it this way. 2 people might face the same temptation. One dismisses it immediately because betrayal isn't even on their mental menu. The other pauses for a moment, entertains the thought, and suddenly the forbidden doesn't feel impossible anymore. That tiny pause can spiral into a full-blown decision. Psychologists call this cognitive permission. When someone tells themselves, I'd never cheat unless X happens, they've already given themselves an escape clause. The brain starts building justifications, rehearsing excuses, and lowering the moral cost of betrayal. Once cheating feels like an available option, it becomes easier to rationalize. Stress, arguments, or even plain curiosity can be enough to tip the scales. 2. Narcissism. A narcissistic person believes rules apply to others, not to them. So, when they enter a relationship, loyalty feels negotiable because their needs come first. If they're craving attention, admiration, or validation, they'll chase it without much concern for the fallout. What makes narcissism dangerous in relationships is the lack of empathy. To a narcissist, cheating isn't devastating. It's simply them getting what they deserve. They minimize their partner's pain because they're too focused on their own satisfaction. This mindset makes betrayal feel justified, even noble, in their own eyes. You'll often see patterns: constant flirting, a hunger for compliments, and a restless dissatisfaction, no matter how much love they're given. They might frame cheating as a harmless indulgence or even blame their partner for not being enough. These rationalizations protect their fragile ego. At the core, narcissism turns relationships into a stage. As long as they're the star, everyone else is replaceable. Number 3, cheating is just in their nature. Some people are simply wired for novelty. Psychologists talk about high sensation seekers, people who crave excitement, risk, and constant change. For them, staying loyal to one partner feels like trying to live on plain oatmeal every day. Their brain lights up at newness, and resisting that pull can feel almost impossible. This isn't about lacking love. A person might genuinely care about their partner while still feeling restless. For these individuals, cheating isn't necessarily about dissatisfaction. It's about chasing the rush of something fresh. That adrenaline spike from secrecy or forbidden attraction becomes intoxicating. Evolutionary psychology even suggests some personalities lean towards spreading their chances rather than committing to one. While not an excuse, it shows how deep the urge for novelty can run in human wiring. The challenge is that relationships demand stability, while these people crave unpredictability. Unless they find healthy outlets for adventure, like travel, creative risks, new challenges, they may channel that restlessness into infidelity. To them, cheating feels less like betrayal and more like scratching a psychological itch. 4. Emotional immaturity. Here's the thing. Commitment requires maturity, and not everyone who says yes to a relationship is actually ready for the responsibility that comes with it. Emotional immaturity shows up when someone doesn't know how to handle conflict, boredom, or unmet needs without running to something or someone else. Instead of communicating frustrations, they escape. Instead of confronting the hard truth of being with one person, they chase distractions. Cheating becomes a way of avoiding adult problems with childlike solutions. The thrill of someone new feels easier than working through messy emotions. You'll recognize this in people who can't sit with discomfort. A fight with their partner, they immediately look for validation elsewhere. Feeling insecure, they test their attractiveness by entertaining someone else. Emotional Emotional immaturity makes cheating seem like a solution, when in reality, it just multiplies the problems. True loyalty requires resilience, the ability to weather storms, resist impulses, and choose growth over escape. Without that maturity, a person will keep repeating the same destructive cycle, never realizing that betrayal is less about love and more about their inability to handle commitment.